So it's meal time. Thought I'd make a little video for everybody. Did my back workout today. X3 back workout. I have a pull-up bar that I set in a really high doorway. So I live in an old house. We got a doorway that's probably, it's at least 8 feet tall. So I put the pull-up bar so I have to be on my very, very tippy toes just to reach it. Used a band for a couple sets of assisted pull-ups, but first I did straight arm pull downs. I hooked a band to the middle of it, put the X3 bar on it, did straight arm pull downs till I hit my thighs. I got to 50 reps hitting my thighs, and then the reps slowly started shortening. I hit 100 reps, but they weren't full reps. I'd say the last 20 were probably about 4 or 5 inches, but did that. Got a decent amount of, I got some blood in the lats, my rear delts, long head of the tricep. Did 2 sets of band assisted pull-ups, couple sets of 10, and then everybody knows I'm using the 3-inch heel wedges. The 2-inch wedges weren't quite doing it for me, so I ordered a set that are actually 3.5 inches, and where I'm putting my heels, they're probably about 3 inches. So that's getting a lot more out of the bands to begin with, but I'm using the 34-inch bands. Using the 34-inch bands with the 3-inch heel wedge, the bar actually starts right down around just above my ankles. Okay. So, and I'm able to bend over more because of the heel raise. My hips open up. I did 3 sets of 15 where I'd hold it to my stomach as hard as I possibly could and try to contract the back together as hard as I possibly could. And then I did a final set to complete failure where I went until I couldn't do even 2-inch reps. So there was 4 sets there. Then deadlifts, the 34-inch bands are kicking my ass, and I love it. Setting up the deadlifts, I used the white band, 34-inch band with the heel wedges. The band starts, like I said, just right around the top of my ankle. I use the barefoot shoes, so there's no real height on the ankle. It's right around, the bottom of my foot, and I'm just above that. And an inch above that, the tension starts good. And I do full reps. I'll film this workout next time, but this time I just didn't have time, and I had a lot to do and wanted to get it over with. Had to get ready today. A long day. I didn't sleep for shit. Was in bed a little long. Then had to get the grandson ready to go to the airport to go back to Virginia. But did a set of 20 full rep, squeezing the traps together at the top, chest out, come down real slow, clear to the bottom, back up, set of 20. I could have stopped the top, taken a couple breaths, maybe hit 30 reps, but I knew I was going to keep going. So I went with a 34-inch, the smaller gray band, and ended up squeezing out 17 reps with that. That sucker humbled me. And then I rested a couple minutes, probably not long enough, went with the large gray 34-inch band with the heel wedges, and actually got 5 reps with that sucker, and it was everything that I could do. So I wasn't satisfied. I rested a few minutes, put the white band back on, and forced myself to get 20 reps with that. I took my Ecti Growth for after the workout. I take one before, one after. Like I said, I'm taking up to 6 Humanofort a day because of my training now. I take the 2 Humanofort in the morning with an MMB. I take 1 Ectigrowth before I work out for sure. Sometimes 1 after, but it was sitting there. I took 1 after. I waited a few minutes, started the grill. While the grill was warming up, because of the deficiency in the long head of my left tricep, I put 50 micrograms of IGF-1 DES 1 through 3 in the long head of my left tricep or bicep and cranked out 105 reps, just decent reps with the smaller new orange X3 band without the heel wedges, just standing on the plate. Just about got full reps each rep. The last few were probably starting to shorten up, but when I hit 100, I said, screw this. I did 3 more for spite. Put that down, took my breath, caught my breath, and then did a set of push-ups. I have a bench. I actually use it in my office as a bench / coffee table, which is kind of nice. I have a nice couch in my office, and the bench serves as a bench if I need it for doing certain exercises. But I used it for push-ups, so I was, a little below a 45-degree angle, did real slow push-ups with my arms in, a little more focus on the tricep and front delt. I just did chest and tris yesterday, so real slow. I got 50 reps, called that good. Then I hung from the pull-up bar for a minute. I should have done it for 3 minutes, but today I just did a minute. Real great workout. Feels great. When you use bands afterwards, your muscles are taxed, but you feel zero pain. Zero pain. Feels really good. And those deadlifts, I could feel the deficiency in my hips coming out. Okay. Another thing I did after I had caught my breath, I stood on the heel wedges and did 50 body weight squats. Because a couple days ago I did a real heavy leg training workout. And if I can somehow get it to convert to my phone, my fiance used her Apple phone. I have a Samsung. We'll see if we can get that to work. Otherwise, I can have her post the videos in the group. After that workout, I did have a little bit of quad soreness, especially on the inside. And the 50 rep set of the heel wedges, the heel wedge squats, put enough blood into my quads that the soreness is now gone. And I know that the healing will speed up, and it's going to stop any atrophy from happening. So tomorrow, I'm going to do another set of 100 rep squats on that, just to get as much blood in there as I can. And with the heel wedges, when I stand all the way to the top, my hip bones try to stand up as tall as they can. When the feet are at the slant, your hip bones concentrate, overcompensate, and stand up, which was what I needed from years and years of construction work, being flat-footed, squatting with bad dorsiflexion, too heavy. My back took on too much, and my back actually, from below my rib cage to my hips, like all compacted and compressed. It was just stuck, right? And the twisting movements are really helping that, getting my spine aligned. My left shoulder's getting a shitload better. I'm going to do a video if people want me to do a video on some shoulder movements for mobility. Please leave in the notes that you'd like that, because it's something that we all need to work on. I've done a couple things. I've already done a couple videos to show that, but I could go over a real decent like shoulder warm up mobility exercise. And my neck, I've gotten some migraines the last couple days because it's actually popped into place a few times and triggered some bad migraines. But now there's no more tightness in the back of my neck, which I'm standing up straight enough that now the tightness is up under the front and in through here. And I'm slowly ironing that out, getting my front delts. One of the best exercises I'm finding for that. The X3 helps with the chest press, but if you get a Smith machine and do a reverse grip bench press, okay, that's going to isolate the long head of the tricep as much as possible. Of course, the whole tricep will always be involved, but the long head, when you're in a supinated grip, will get worked the hardest. But it also forces the front delts to be used, okay? And I can feel my front delts stretching and contracting, which is really helping. And then my left shoulder blade, where it was frozen and all the tissue was locked up, it's popping in and out, and then hitting foam roller as much as possible. Joan Bray had taught me to use an ultra soft foam roller, and then one time while at the gym I use a really hard one. But that workout was excellent. Point here is now nutrition after a training like this. Nutrition is key. You gotta eat, man. You gotta eat. So I got a couple pounds of sirloin steak that I grilled here. It's rare to medium rare, literally a couple of pounds. There's close to 200 grams of protein right there. I have 3 whole eggs I'm gonna drink. I'm gonna ensure I get over a couple hundred grams of protein. I have some rice with olive oil in it, replenish the glycogen stores, get that olive oil in me, and call that a day. I'm gonna take a couple more Humanofort before I go to bed, try to ensure I get enough rest. And then tomorrow, being it's not one of my main training days, like I said, I'm gonna do body weight squats with the heel wedges, many as I can. Maybe a set of single leg Bosu ball squats. I'll do a really light set of banded deadlifts with the heel wedges. I'll do a set of shoulder presses with the X3 with the light orange band, and another set of 100 reps with the bicep curl, and then at an angle do as many push-ups as I can, slowly trying to work up to 100 push-ups at that angle, nice and slow. And calves, I'll probably do 100 rep set of calves tonight. After everything, I'm spent. So tomorrow I'm going to put a little extra effort into the calves. Maybe I'll even go to the gym and ride the bike that they use for what do they call those classes, the cycling classes or whatever. Put a little tension on that and try to ride that for 10 minutes. Get a lot of blood pumped into the legs, continue to heal them. One of the best things I ever did in my youth, I used to do real heavy squats, 8 sets of 8. My legs would be sore, but every day I would get on that bike for 5 minutes afterwards and pump as much blood into those legs as possible. And they would heal much faster, the soreness would go away, and my legs grew very well. So if you look at speed cyclists, they have some of the best quads in the world. Working out between workouts can actually aid in recovery. We just don't want to use loads where we're really taxing the muscle, wearing it out. We want to use loads where we're just pumping blood into the muscle, activating androgen receptors, putting hormones in there, pumping blood in there, getting it to move, lengthen, and stretch, and get the capillaries in there to, enlarge, get more blood flow and nutrients through the muscle. I don't believe that we should ever really take 100% a day off unless our ass is kicked and we can't get out of bed, which sometimes with my body issues that day will come. But even by then, sometimes by the end of the day, after I've had some kratom and rested enough, I can do a set of shoulder presses or a light set of deadlifts or something like that, and it's working. My body weight has been bouncing between 215 and 220. It has a lot to do with hydration. I've noticed days I don't drink enough water or get enough sodium earlier in the day. So a lot of times earlier in the day, all I'm doing is drinking whole eggs and like I'll eat an apple. And then I'm just sipping water. And on those days, I'll be really light. But then I'm realizing I'm not adding any sodium to my meals. So what I'm going to start doing now is just taking little amounts of sodium with those meals and make sure that I sip plenty of water. Because yesterday when I trained at the gym, did chest and shoulders, I ended up drinking 2 liters of water. That's how dehydrated I was. And my body weight went from 216 to 220 through my workout. And the pump was shit until I got enough water in me. One of the biggest things, one of the really big secrets I'll tell you guys is a lot of sodium and some creatine and water, and then a little bit of carbs before your workouts, maybe a little MCT oil. You get much better pumps. And then doing the higher rep sets, like we talked about earlier, the 50, 100 rep sets, will open those capillaries up and allow those pumps to come on. So here's to wolfing down a few pounds of food for growth. Hope y'all follow along. I love y'all that that follow me and understand what I'm doing. Starting to train quite a few bodybuilders behind the scenes. They're starting to trust my theories because they're starting to see it. I have guys that have been on the Olympia stage doing my blast and cruise TRT protocol with the Humanofort, and they're putting on 20, 30 pounds of muscle after retirement. It's bouncing on. They can't believe that their health is 100% there. They're just on TRT doses, taking Humanofort. And Emmerich and I are going to have a video here pretty soon with a really top name pro that is coming out of retirement, huge Humanofort advocate, using our TRT protocol. And he's going to come out of retirement and compete in the Masters Olympia. So that'll be really exciting. Then we're going to have another video with Dr. Serrano, and also have some other videos with some clients of mine that have seen the light, taken the red pill, for example. But that's enough talking for now. Have a good night. I'm ready to eat. Talk to you later.